this ties in nicely to the Rasmus Andersson conversation, because the situation you're describing is exactly the one that Rasmus and his camp are in with the Calgary Flames. The Flames would like to get a great return for Rasmus. Rasmus, I think, has one shot at free agency in his whole career, or at least one last chance at a big contract. His next deal will likely carry him into his late 30s and the end of his career. He's been on an undermarket deal for most of his career. He's been a very good Calgary Flame. He likes the city, but it's clearly time that the team goes one way and the player goes the other, because he doesn't really match their window. They're going to be young and trying to be competitive in a couple of years. And Rasmus is quite good very now, about to get more expensive, and then will decline into his late 30s like all players do, because Father Time's undefeated. Like, how do you see this one playing out? I understand Calgary wanting to get more, but too many people are mad at Rasmus in my mind, including Red, a former player, where I'm like, he literally negotiated the right to have a no trade. He's allowed to use it. And you're like, hey, extend here. It's like, I get a year left. Like, I'm not really thinking about where I'm playing after that, or like, maybe I would, but like, I'm not committing to that.
Yeah. It's funny. Kelly Rudy would always say he thinks that it should be against, again, there should be a clause in the CBA prohibiting teams from asking players to waive their no trade. Because it was negotiated in good faith, and for the other reasons that I just sort of laid out. This is the proposition of give me something in exchange for nothing. I have no problem with players refusing to waive their no trade. Those were great. Those were all granted, and those were all negotiated and given in good faith. And again, I'll come back to the same thing. I hate to repeat myself on your show, but here I go. Give me something in exchange for nothing is not a legitimate offer, and that's what waive your no trade so we can send you where we want is. I have no problem.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same. I think maybe the only case you could make, and it's not really the same with Rasmus, but like Mitch Marner would be an example. It's like Leafs are like, hey, we'd love to do a deal. He's like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I got the full no move. I'm not moving anywhere. And I'm going to free agency. Now, at least they ended up, he gets an extra year. He gets the 8th year from Vegas on the $12 million. The Leafs then get an asset. So that's a bit of give and take. But what the Flames are asking Rasmus to do, from, at least what we're picking up in the hockey Twitter sphere, is they're saying, hey, like, would you extend places? Like, that's him doing them a favor. And it's like, he's been making not enough money for all of his last deal. And he doesn't need to choose where he's going to play in his 30-year-old season and beyond yet. It's his right to wait.
I think that, like, listen, if it's not exactly a secret that the Dallas Stars have wanted to get Rasmus Andersson for a while. If Jim Mill wants to approach Craig Conroy about it, and if he's willing to extend, put that offer forward, like, hey, this is what we have with Dallas, but they'll only do the deal if this contract comes along with it, and Raz is amenable to it, sure. But if he's not, why? I think all players. I've always felt this way. I'm not sure how you guys are on this one. I've always felt that players should do a number of different things, and one of them is, I mean, if I were a player, I would want this just to know for the rest of my life, just to see what you're worth on the open market. And Rasmus is right there and is close to having earned that right. And I know that there's a lot of agents, and Darren Ferris, you just mentioned Mitch Marner and Sam Bennett's agent there a couple of seconds ago. Darren Ferris is always a strong proponent of walk to free agency, see what's out there. Doesn't mean you can't go back. Look at Brock Besser. Different agent, albeit, but I think that players have the right, and it's probably a smart thing that when you're at some of the height of your powers, you go out there and test what you're like at the open market. That's the way this whole system has been set up. They have your rights. The team has your rights for a certain amount of time, and then those rights expire, and then you can go shopping. And I'll tell you what, the way that Isaac Howard just did it with the Tampa Bay Lightning, I wonder if we start to see more players doing it this way, specifically now that in the CBA, you hold a player's rights until, if they're drafted 18 for 4 years, until they're 22 years old. So you do you threaten with going back for the senior year, and then essentially you can pick where you want to go. Like, make no mistake about it. Isaac Howard said, I want to go to Edmonton.
If
I don't go to Edmonton, I can go to my senior year at Michigan State, and then I will pick after a year, and you will get nothing.
Hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.